What's up, YouTube, and welcome to Codename Scream. I am that horror guy. If you're just joining us or you haven't done so already, please make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications for all things horror. As you see, I'm still here over at Studio A. We still got some renovations going on over at Studio B. We'll be back home soon, guys. But welcome to the final four of horror, the first episode. Your guys' votes over the past 3 months have gotten us to this point. So today's matchup is the true face-off. We've got Leatherface up against Ghostface. Real excited to see how this one works out. Keep in mind, we have our live finale March 26th. I'll have more information for you guys as that comes along, so make sure to keep your calendars set an alarm, do whatever you got to do. Make sure you're here with us. We have a lot of fun planned, and I'm real excited to send this off and, get our final victor for this entire thing. We're going to do it right then and there live. Your guys' votes will be in the comments, and whoever you guys pick, that's who we do. And then, as promised, I will cover whomever wins their entire filmography and histories, all that. We're going to have a ton of fun here soon enough. But before we go any further, we do need to announce our other half of the horror Final Four. We all knew this was coming. At least I did. Michael Myers is going to be our first. And so we had a tie come up here as far as who he's up against. As you will see, I intentionally did not set up a final first round, as I discussed last week. If you didn't check out last week's episode, make sure to pop over and take a look at that. I intentionally did that to give you guys the ability to vote and bring in a last-minute second chance contender from all the people that have been voted off in SLASHETHON to this point. We ended up with a tie with Freddy and Jason, shockingly enough. None of the true crime came through. The horror fans have shown through here. So we had a tie. We know how things go. Unfortunately, Harold's being a sack of bones over at Studio B. So I'm working on getting you guys some information here, and I knew I forgot to do something here. Yep, hello?
What's your favorite scary movie?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that one just got me demonetized, boss. Sorry about that. What's up? What can I do for you? Yeah, I get it. Yep, I know. Sorry about that. I told you. Hey, while we're at it, who are we gonna get?
One eternity later.
Sorry about that, guys. Don't ever be late for a Patreon deadline. Point blank. But, so, I left it up to the boss for our final, who's going up against Michael Myers. Boss says Jason Voorhees is taking it on. So your final four of horror are today's episode, Leatherface versus Ghostface, and then we've got Michael Myers up against Jason Voorhees next week. Keep in mind, as I said in the beginning, whoever we advance are going to the final two and for our live finale. So let's go get right into the points here, and let's see what we got going on here. As you guys know, we have an even fair six on either side. Because we're back to our playing field and how we do the points normally, we're going to go ahead and start off with our four that carry over. So, most kills. We are going to go ahead and take one away from Leatherface immediately. Leatherface has about 31 on-screen kills spread over all of his films. Unfortunately, in those 31, they counted 2 towards his actual deaths in all of the canon. Because what we're doing here today is we're going to pull the canon for both of them, just to make this an actual fair matchup at the end of the day. Ghostface, on the other hand, he has over 42 on-screen kills. Those did not include his the people that don the masks deaths whatsoever. That is actual on-screen kills, with Roman from Scream 3 bringing in a heavy-hitting 9 kills on screen, the most to date in a Scream film. So Ghostface has taken the most kills on this one. For the most brutal kill, took a little bit of time, had to go through and rewatch a little bit of both to really make this a fair one. By far, we're going to go ahead and take that point away from Ghostface immediately. Though he had some pretty intense moments in all of the Scream films, I would have to say Leatherface still with the 2003 remake, when he's dragging the guy down the stairs after he just sawed his legs off, and you're getting the nails up against the wall and snaps the nails off. Then he puts him up on the hook and he puts the salt right up into the wound. Just absolutely brutal, absolutely disgusting. He's taken that one by far. And there's a whole mess of other ones that would still give him that at the end of the day, in my opinion. So Leatherface is taking that one by far. As far as the motive is concerned for both of them, I'm going to go ahead and take away a point from either one of them. They don't necessarily have a clear motive that I think is necessarily fair. With the Scream side, it's all about a revenge plot against Sydney. Everyone's got a beef against Sydney, no matter who's wearing the mask. Where there's Leatherface, as I've discussed in previous videos and as I've discussed with multiple people, we felt it was more like of a victim scenario. He's kind of being pushed by his family to do these things. He himself may not want to do it and he may not know any better. And that's still not a motive enough. You know, getting peer pressured into it, not fair. For him, also not fair enough to say that, you know, necessarily that motive is better than the other one. So they're both just going to go lose a head point here. But we come to the survivor side of things. We know my policy here. No survivors. Follow through. It's all about the follow through. And once again, we're going to take a point from either side. Both of them have got survivors on either side. Both of them, no matter who wears the mask on the Scream side. And obviously Leatherface has died in many of the films. Neither one of them have had an upper hand whatsoever. There's always been a final girl, Sydney, and then the whole list down this side. So they're both going to go ahead and lose a point here. Neither one have followed through here, and shame on you. So, my two show specifics. As you guys know, I always come up with two that has to do with the episode and kind of balances things out a little bit here. So, because we have two very clumsy killers to some degree, who was the most clumsy? And unfortunately, we're going to go ahead and take a point away from Ghostface. Almost every film, there is multiple times this guy is getting smacked down, tripped, you name it. There's a whole reel of things going on there. And Leatherface has had his fair share, even in 1974 when he gets hit in the face with a wrench, goes down and saws his own leg. You know, yeah, he got hit in the face, but pretty clumsy to, whoops, that's my leg. So, yeah, unfortunately though, Ghostface, it doesn't matter who's wearing that mask, you know, we're tripping over air pockets here. We're not very graceful. Not whatsoever. So that's how we decided that one. Now we have our final point here to dictate who is going to take this in my eyes here. And what we did here is we had a ton of kills on either side. We had the brutal kills on either side. But really, who was the most ingenuitive with their kills? Who was really kind of changing the game here a little bit? And I'm going to go ahead and give that one to Ghostface and take away a point from Leatherface. Ghostface wasn't just the hack and slash with the knife, and in his case where it's, oh, I got a meat cleaver, oh, I've got a meat hook, I've got obviously a chainsaw. Gets kind of repetitive, gets kind of boring. This guy over here, on the other hand, he's got the garage door, using a garage door to kill someone. He sets up gas in a house, and when they light a lighter, it blows the house up. We've got a whole just mess of really just like interesting, creative kills. So I felt that that was something fair to put up against each other, and so we're going to go ahead and go with that. As we've known, as this thing has gone along, it is entirely up to you guys. So what I'm going to need you to go ahead and do here is sound off in the comments below. Either give me hashtag Scream Leatherface or hashtag Scream Ghostface for your vote here. You can also send me a message on Instagram. You can send me a message on Twitter. You can email me. There are multiple avenues here to get on that soapbox and really decide who you need to see take this and go to the final two for the live finale on the 26th. So make sure to get those votes in next week. As the boss called me here, and make sure to always put your phone on vibrate before you shoot. But we have Michael and Jason Voorhees going up against each other next week. And so with that being said, scare you later, YouTube.